Welcome back to a farm west of Boring, where life is anything but boring. Today we're going to work on the chicken shed. Had a little bit of trouble saying that in the last video. Chicken shed. So today I'm going to be putting up some 4x4 posts in the corners. I've never really done post frame type construction. I've normally always done stick frame, but I'm going to try this out. Put 4x4s up in the corners and a 4x4 on each side halfway down. And then I've got some 4x5.5 beams that I'm going to put on the top of those 4x4s, and then I'll infill between there with the different openings that I want, doors and nesting boxes, clean out box or clean out window or clean out door, and then some ventilation windows. I'll just frame out between the 4x4 posts, and we'll see how that works. It's just going to be a little bit of an experiment. I haven't really done this before. We'll see how it works. Here we go. Thanks for coming along. So my first order of business is to come up with 6 4x4s, and I've got 4. So basically I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need 6. So, and that's because I think I took one of those 4x4s and used it over here. Yeah, see, I used it over here, and that's that 4x4. I should have saved it, but I needed something to put bracing in here. So I am going to either go over there and roll one of those logs in on the mill and make a 4x4, but that's going to take me some time. So I've got lots of 2x4s, and some of them are 2 inches thick. These aren't the greatest structurally because they've got some knots here and there, but I'm going to make myself a 4x4 out of these 2x4s, and that will be my 6th, and I'll use that in the middle, so that should be fine. We'll make that work. Okay, so here's my idea. You can let me know in the comments down below if I'm way off base here or what, but my intention is to put a 4x4 up in each corner like this, and at this side we're gonna have a basically just a shed roof on this. So at this side here I was thinking of making it maybe 6.5 feet high, and then I'm going to put one of these it's essentially 4x5s as a beam going across the top. So if I make it 6.5, then it's going to be almost 7 feet tall on this side. And on this side, I was going to make it 8.5. Well, let's see, actually I could only make it 8 because there we go. There's the first 4x4 put in on the corner. Although that ends up being 9 foot 4 inches above the floor. So there we go. 4 corners are up. Yeah, looks pretty plumb. So what I'd like to do is put some, I don't have enough timber locks, but I'll get some 6-inch timber locks and we'll put it in these corners, and then I'm going to box these in with blocking so that they're in there really nice and solid. So that's what I'll work on now, is boxing those in. There's my corner blocking. It's making this thing pretty solid. So that's our start. I've got to put up 2 middle ones. Since the overall length of this deck is 16 feet, the center line is right there, 8 feet on either side. So that's the center line of the deck. We got a joist running directly down there. So if I center the new beam in the center of the deck, it'll go right where that joist is. So I think I'm going to have to go one side or the other. I don't know, guess it doesn't really make much difference. The way that I have this planned, probably right there, probably 5'4", 64 inches. We'll have a separating wall. So there will be a man door down at this end for us to come in. There'll be a 8 by 5.5 storage area here for feed, and then we'll have a wall. Probably want to build the wall right on top of the joist. We'll have a wall that goes across here with another door, and then this area down here, which will be about 10 feet, will be for the chickens. It's an awful lot of room for chickens. That would indicate to me then that if we're going to have a wall right about here, and this is the center joist here, we'll put the post on that side so that that distance from there over to the end of the deck is somewhat less. So I think that's the logical response to that, is to put the beam on that side. This is our progress today. We've got 6 posts put up, 4 cross beams for the roof rafters to sit on, just a piece of strapping just to hold the ends true. So the plan is to build a 32-inch pony wall up on top of those beams there, and that'll give us the height that we need for our 412 pitch to come down and give us a shed roof. Yes, you're seeing right. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. This is 4-stripe purple plywood from Home Depot. It is plywood that we've had here, sitting here since November. Again, it was intended to be used for the kiln. I've not built the kiln yet. We are planning on building a kiln probably very similar to what this is. I think what we're going to do is it's going to be 8 by 20, so it'd be 4 feet longer. But in the kiln, one of those front beams won't be there, and there will be a large beam, one of those posts. That center post would be gone, actually, on this side here, if we have a shed roof. And what we'd end up having is some 8-foot doors that would open up from this side, and then we could get a full 16. That's why I think it's going to have to be 18 or 20 feet long. We want to get 16-foot lumber in there to dry in the kiln. It's going to have to be a little bit bigger than 16 feet. But this is essentially what we would be doing for the kiln. We'd be fully insulating the floor, 6 inches of rigid foam insulation, and then plywood. But that's another story, that's another day. The point here is that this plywood is intended to go to the kiln. I think that I'm going to go ahead and use it for the chicken shed, because I don't want to take the time to cut 1-inch decking out of some of those logs over there and then put it down. This chicken shed's got to get done. The chickens are up there going crazy, so we got to get this done. So Monday we will probably lay the floor, get the floor laid, frame up that wall up on top there, and then I'm not really sure whether I'm going to go ahead and frame up the roof, or if we'll do that after we take it over there under the sequoia tree. It would probably be easier if it's not, I mean, we could brace this, put a lot of bracing and stuff on here and get it all braced up so that it will transport easily, and then just take it over there and then frame the roof up over there. Might be easier, I don't know. We'll make that decision on Monday. Wow, beautiful clouds out there, look at that. What a beautiful day. So again, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can hit a subscribe button and be subscribed right away. Hit the notification bell and you'll get notified each time we put a video out. This chicken shed build is going to continue on for probably 3 or 4 episodes. And then we'll transport the chickens over there and see how it works. Enjoy having you along for the ride. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.